and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Crossroads recommendations, which are specifically for the death board. So if you are Team Demon or Team Angel, this is not necessarily a video that will interest you, but there are still some gothic recs in here that might intrigue you, so feel free to hang about. Essentially with the Crossroads prompt, in gothic fiction there's a lot about decision making. Obviously there's relations to enlightenment and choosing science or religion over the other. There's conflicts of morality, there's grey morality, there's all these different things. And we thought the easiest way to sum that up is essentially crossroads. The fact that you might be at a emotional crossroads, a physical crossroads, but we also have some crossroads demons. So I thought I'd just throw those in for fun. So if you know a book that has crossroads demons or demonic... So if you know of a book that has crossroads demons but has not made this list, let me know. The first one that I know for sure has crossroads demons, and even though I haven't read, I do feel like I can recommend, is Demon Road by Derek Landy. If you've paid any attention to my content before, you will know that I'm currently doing a read-along of the Skullduggery Pleasant series, which is about a skeleton detective and his cheeky little sidekick who helps him solve murders. Derek Landy is a really fun middle grade writer, and Demon Road is about a young crossroads demon. It's a YA fantasy type thing and it should be quite fun, but feel free to check that out. Like I said, I haven't read it, so it's not like a full recommendation, but it's on script, so if you need an audiobook recommendation, there we go. The rest of these I have read, so I can recommend them with a bit more zeal and tell you a bit more about them. So for example, the first one is Legendborn. Now this is not technically a gothic, it's a YA fantasy. It's based on the Arthurian legend. However, one of the characters in this is a crossroads demon, or is referenced as a crossroads demon. So it has crossroads demon mythology in it, a bunch of other mythologies as well. You've got LGBTQ rep, and it's an own voices BIPOC author. So it ticks off a lot of prompts if you need a book that will fit loads of prompts, but it also obviously isn't like a standard gothic. This is about a young girl who finds out after her mother has passed away and she's gone to college that her mother was dabbling in magic, and that there is this whole other magical world that she doesn't know anything about, secret societies, etc., that she then becomes a part of. It's a really fun, engaging read, perfect for fans of a certain other magical school series, and anyone who's enjoyed the Twilight series is like that but better. So we love that. It made it into my top 10 of last year, so it's a good read. This doesn't technically have crossroads demons in it, but it does have demons, and it does have an emotional crossroads. So the Library of the Unwritten, again not technically a gothic, although it certainly has gothic tropes, because it has heaven and hell and other heavens and other hells, and it has a pansexual main character, and it has grey morality, and it has the idea of heroes becoming not heroes, and villain origin stories, and all these other great gothic tropes in it. But the whole time they have to make a journey through the different hells and through the different heavens to solve this great catastrophe. There are a lot of emotional crossroads that they have to face. There are a lot of big choices they have to make regarding their own morality and how exactly they can best save the world. So, and whether the world is even worth saving at moments. So there's like a lot of that going on. So if you're looking for more of an emotional crossroads, most of these will be along those lines, and this is kind of the first one of that. I just want to shout out to basically any murder mystery, especially when it's from the perspective of the killers. These are always going to be I don't know why I felt the need to sing. I don't know why I felt the need to sing. If you have a thriller or murder mystery where it is from the perspective of the killer, that will count as an emotional crossroads, because every time they choose to kill someone, they are making that choice and they are picking that lane. These are my 3 favourite books that have the serial killer or accomplice as the main character. Telling you that is not a spoiler, considering this one is called My Sister the Serial Killer, this one is called How to Kill Your Family, and this one is The Murder of Graham Catton. It's kind of in the title, it is a bit of a giveaway, but I'll just give you a brief rundown. Now Katie Lowe is one of my favourite authors. The Furies would also work in regards to like an emotional crossroads, so feel free to pick either of those. She's a stunning writer, but this is essentially main character Hannah. No relation. Her husband died 10 years ago and she only vaguely remembers what happened. She thinks she might have killed him, but she's trying to keep that on the DL. 10 years after she may not have killed her husband, there's a podcast that brings all of those facts back to life. It has supernatural elements to it. It has like real thriller elements to it. I listened to it as an audiobook and just screamed as the last 2 hours of the audiobook kind of wrapped up. It's really well paced, it's really well written, and obviously lots of emotional choices that she has to make that are not always good choices. She's not a good person, but it's a really fun read, so I would definitely recommend that. Trigger warnings though, because she is a psychiatrist or psychologist who works with women with eating disorders. There is a lot about eating disorders in this and mental health rep. There is also domestic abuse, neglect, violence, blood, drug abuse, and a bunch of other things. So please be wary going into this that it's quite a hard read if you are triggered by those things. But it is a spot on modern gothic, and I love it. It's a 5-star read. If I could offer 6 stars, it would get 10. Yeah, so there's that one. Obviously, I read My Sister the Serial Killer for last Gothtober for the short read prompt or something along those lines. Probably just to have a short read in my selection. But this is about a young woman who's living in Lagos whose sister keeps killing her boyfriends. And that's fine. She will help her sister clean those boyfriends up. Good and proper, like a good old accomplice, right up until her sister takes a liking to the guy that she is in love with. So then we have the emotional crossroads of, does she choose her sister or the boyfriend? You'll have to read it to find out which way it goes, but it's a really tense read and it's really good fun, and obviously great by book rep, so love that as well. And then How to Kill Your Family is one of my more recent reads. It reads like a contemporary, like this woman is just living her life and killing her family, but it's a really fun read, and what I really like about this is it also works with the consequences prompt, because in the opening chapters you find out that yes, she has killed her family and she's in prison, but she's in prison for a crime she did not commit. So there's all the different consequences and moral dilemmas of that as well. It's a really fun read. So if you do like a murder mystery but you like it more, not on the cozy side, this is not a cozy read, but you like it on the lighter side, I would definitely recommend. But there is still drug abuse in this, there is still violence, there's still mental health rep. She is definitely portrayed as a bit of a psychopath, but I kind of love that. So really enjoyed that, if that's the sort of thing that you're looking for. And then I have 2 graphic novels, because I do like recommending graphic novels, and I don't necessarily get a lot of opportunities because I don't read enough to be able to go, I can recommend this for this thing specifically. So the first one I want to recommend is Anya's Ghost. This is about a young girl who basically takes the wrong turning off a path and discovers a ghost that like latches to her. So it has crossroads both literally and emotionally, in that she then has to decide what she's going to do about this ghost when she finds out about the ghost's past. So not going to give too much more away than that, and if you're looking for monochrome, the artwork is all in black and white as well, so it works with that prompt as well. And then the last one is the Sad Ghost Club. We have another monochrome art book, as in like the art is monochrome, not that you would dribble in it. Why would you dribble in it? Not that you would draw in it, but this is about someone who is socially anxious, dealing with like their introverted nature, but also how isolated they are, and it kind of uses ghosts as a metaphor for that, for people that just kind of like blend into the background, but they also take a journey down a particular path, and so it has again emotional crossroads and physical crossroads as well. But it's again a lot lighter. It's not a gothic in the fact that it's like dark or spooky, but it is a gothic in that it deals with isolation. It has a nice even pace, and it just has some beautiful artwork in it as well, and a beautiful message, so we love that. Not many to have as a recommendation, because it is a bit of a niche thing, and unless you've specifically read something and gone, oh, that has Crossroads demons in it, it is quite tricky. Apparently Supernatural really took the monopoly on that, but I'm hoping to find more Crossroads demons. So if you have any books that you can recommend to me that have specifically Crossroads demons, I'd really appreciate it. Please leave that as a comment down below, and other than that, have a nice day.